Good morning, everyone. It is Nancy, the nurse practitioner, and I am so happy today to say we're going to go on a nature walk with my real good friend, Michelle Olson, who is a gerontologist, and she's a creative art therapist. I met her on LinkedIn, which is the coolest place on earth right now. And we're just so excited to spend some time together. The energy is so good, Michelle. It's
Yes,
so good.
yes, we connect.
We do connect.
So, and I'm so happy to be here with you, Nancy. And I
Thank
just
you.
got my copy of Caregiver Success, Nancy's book. I've been following her YouTube channel, which is awesome too. But now I'm also the owner of this book, which is great. So thank you. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. So everyone, this is my YouTube channel, Caregiver Success. Follow us on there. Michelle has a great thing going on, and we'll be talking all about it today. But I just wanted to make sure you knew that we're excited to have you on board. So we're going to take you on a little stroll with us. A little sprinkle this morning, so the leaves are falling. It's just a pretty, pretty, pretty place. And this is my road. I walk up every day just to kind of have time for myself. So we're going to take you down a path and show you what we're thinking. Tell me what you're thinking, Michelle, for our older people to get that oxygen they need.
So one thing that I suggest, and it doesn't have to be walk a beautiful trail like this, but just the opportunity to give people the experience of noticing, right? Of paying attention, kind of like what we're doing right now. Mm-hmm. We're noticing the mist in the distance, the way the sun is reflecting on the lily pads, on the reservoir, being present. And so the design of elder care doesn't have to be, a winding, wooded trail, but obviously incorporating nature into the landscape design so that it's easily accessible and a part of daily life. Also, natural light, right? So giving people natural light, particularly in the morning, is very beneficial for people's emotional well-being, and clearly being outside helps physical well-being as well, emotional, physical well-being. So this right now, I wish so much we could just give the opportunity for older adults in all settings. Like, this is life, this is living. This change of season should be something that everyone has the opportunity to experience. I like my hair on my face. It reminds me, Nancy, of this woman. I know a woman who lives in a long-term care home, and she is over 100. And she is a nun, and her daily routine is to come outside and sit on the front porch of the long-term care home where she lives. Doesn't matter the weather. She's not turned away by a little rain or a little snow. She sits under the overhang and she bundles up and she just takes it in. She's just looking and just pausing. And she tells me that she's just, in awe of God's glory. That's what she tells me.
That's so cool.
I love that. And I think that is, that's an inspiring lesson for elder care landscape design. And how can we give these nature experiences to people, right? So this wind in our face feels really good and refreshing right now. It kind of lifts my spirit. But if you're not used to it, and you're used to being inside 24 hours a day, months and months, sometimes years and years on end, with the exceptional, occasional outing, then it is going to be, too cold, too hot. And obviously older people feel temperature differently than they do in their younger years. They may not be aware if it's cold or too hot, but at least even short times outdoors should be an opportunity. It should be incorporated into the life of the home. Doing these mindful practices is something anybody can do, right, with their loved one. If you're at home, or if you're working in an elder care setting of any type, is go outside and ask, what do you notice? What are you experiencing right now? And then go through the sounds. Like, if we're quiet, right, I can hear rustling, I can hear, there's like a little ripple in the background. So there's all kinds of sounds that we can notice if we're paying attention. What do we smell? What do we feel? So it's wonderful. So obviously this is like a bounty of different things to forage. So I might pick up something like this, right? This stick that has obviously fallen from this beautiful maple tree here, this big beautiful maple tree that's living on a rock. So that's another thing to notice, is look how the tree is growing over that big boulder that's been here for a million years. And so that's something that we might pay attention to, is all those bumps on the bark.
Hey, you know what it looks like? It looks like a dinosaur foot if you stand over here.
Oh, does it?
It's got 2 toes
Oh,
with
yeah.
a black rock between it.
Oh, look at that. Yeah. So this is something that I might pick up and I would bring, you know, to the experience. So I might draw someone's attention to it and say, you know, what do you notice? Have them feel it. It's very moist. This beautiful lichen has grown on this and lived off of this tree.
Michelle loves lichen, by the way.
I lichen my lichen.
I lichen.
I like it,
I like it a lot.
I like it a lot. And so this is something I would actually probably turn it into a piece of art. But just in itself, I like to say that nature is really the most perfect form of art. And so that would be something that I might take with me. And if we want to keep walking,
sure.
We'll see. Oh my goodness, look at all this beautiful, the treasures. I call them treasures. And so when you're looking, you're paying attention to shapes, color, anything that strikes you. It might not even be a beautiful thing. That's important too. Like maybe it's just interesting. I don't want to label everything as beautiful or lovely. Maybe it's unattractive or it's just interesting. So I'm just gonna walk until something jumps out at me. Of course, I could just have a field day with these leaves. Oh my goodness.
Well, I like the leaf you picked yesterday and you had on your site about the insects eating it. I was like, that's so cool. I never thought of that.
Yeah, like just in one little handful, you know, you're getting a rainbow of color.
So what would you do with that? Would you make anybody do anything with it or just talk about it and put it back in nature?
Both. So one thing that is a lot of fun to do, and something that I do with Evergreen Minds, is we create peace mandalas. So we will go out and we will find, you know, gather things like it might be dead grass, dried ferns, leaves like this. And so, and I invite everyone to try this, you know, get outside and try this. So what you'll do is you will just find a quiet place, you've gathered a bunch of natural items, and just create a circle, right? Like a mandala, which is a sacred circle. And then if you want to, while you're creating it, set some intentions that you wish for yourself, for your family, for the world. And so, you know, I always say a peace mandala is something fun that everybody seems to enjoy, because that universal symbol of peace, right, with the center bar and the two legs. So, you know, you would create, and actually we could try one, and you know, we could show the viewers, and you just create it. And while you're creating it, you're just kind of wishing that those good intentions for the world as you're creating it, and then just nature takes it back. It goes back in the wind. Oh, my lichen fell out.
So I wanted to show you this, the wind blowing on the water here. I mean, we're feeling it, but the water's feeling it too. And it's just so different every place you see it, you know? Leaves are coming down. So pretty.
So beautiful. My mother-in-law also lives in Cape Cod, and she does the same thing. She forages for me, and she presses them and mails them to me.
That's so cool.
Yes, she ships me rocks from the beach, and I love to bring these things in to the folks that I work with, and we, you know, just feel the stones that were bouncing around the Atlantic Ocean, and feel these leaves that were lying on the forest. So I would just start. And the other thing too is I don't judge myself, right? Like I just let whatever happens happen. So there's no pressure. It is what it's going to be.
Plane.
It does. And you know what? I'm just going to go with it. I'm going to use what I have. Oops. And sometimes when the wind takes it, and then that's kind of a funny lesson for me about patience and acceptance and
Mm-hmm.
imperfection, because I'm very much a perfectionist.
Mm-hmm.
So
Me too.
sometimes dealing with nature, it's a good lesson. There's a lot of lessons to be learned from Mother Nature, and patience is one that I need.
Me too. Me too. And I'm trying to be more spiritual. I mean, I believe in God and I believe in prayer. And I know everybody has their own spirituality, but you know, it allows me to come out here and just think and pray and just think about, you know, I think everybody has to find their peaceful place in their head and their heart.
Absolutely.
That's pretty.
And so we just start forming it and just building it however you want to, because it's yours and your connection with nature.
Well, you know what'd be neat too, just an idea, is
Yeah.
take a picture of it for the person and then they can have it put it on their wall and it's wintertime and they remember
Absolutely.
that they went for a walk or they got to see this and touch it and this was their creation.
That's right. That's a great idea. And just have a,
It gives them a little bit of feeling like, first of all, it's theirs and a sense in time and a memory.
absolutely. This is,
What happened to all the flowers? Oh, they're out on the bottom, on the edge. Okay, beautiful, pretty. Yeah.
so you can see how you can do it
Ooh.
however you want to do it. And as I'm working, I'm thinking you can say it out loud, or you can quietly say it to yourself. What do you wish for yourself, for your loved ones, and for our world? Because I do believe that setting these intentions does ripple out, right? So the more you practice things, whether it's positive or negative thoughts, you get really good at them. So
I will agree with that. You know, a lot of things that have happened in my life are all just things I asked for. And I said, I'd like this to change. I think this could be better. I think this could be different. Your life could take a 360 in a really good direction. Say, whoa, what was that? That was great. That's just what I asked for. How'd that happen?
right.
Oh, I asked for it.
Right, and be very specific too. That's the
very
other
specific,
thing.
yeah, or you get what you asked for.
Be very
Vague
clear.
stuff.
So I wish, especially in this time of COVID, I'm wishing that our world would heal and we have health, and everyone that's living and working in these settings has good health.
Yes. And don't be so fearful. Live your life. Be careful. You know, wash your hands. You know, keep your distance, but you know, enjoy your life. You know, don't
Right.
stop living.
Right. And step away when you need to. Step out.
I just cut this tree out of the woods. I know Michelle loves this tree.
I do.
And this is my little owl that I shellacked and painted a face on him. So he's with me, which is really fun. Portulaca
so
is
beautiful.
blooming.
And look at the
And I
succulent
put a
up
succulent
there.
up there. So it's been really, really fun.
So much beauty in every season.
Yes.
They're like gifts given to us all the time.
Yep.
And so that's something I love to talk about too, is when you look at the fern, right? The fern is beautiful in its early spring stage when it's still furled up, right? It's curled in that little pawn, is that what they call it? Is that the right word? And then it unfurls, and then it turns bright green, and it gets really large, and now it's dying off, and you kind of get this beautiful,
take people back up into the woods.
Beautiful amber color. Yeah, I love that.
I love what you do with that by putting it down and putting the spray paint around it. I want to say, everyone, thank you for going on this nice walk with us. Michelle and I really enjoyed you with us, and just peace to you all, and hope that you have a wonderful day. And check out my YouTube channel, Caregiver Success, when you get a chance, and my book on Amazon called Caregiver Success. And Michelle.
Yeah, thank you so much, Nancy, for having me. This is like my dream space right now, I just want to tell you. So thank you, everybody, for being here. Hopefully you do feel inspired to get out and enjoy the season, whatever that is for you right now. And I wish you peace and good health. And if you want to reach out to me, you can find me on evergreenminds.org, or M. Olson, Olson, at evergreenminds.org. Thank you.
Great. Bye, everyone, from Nancy, the nurse practitioner.
Bye.